Mental health and emotional well-being are, in a lot of ways, at crisis point. Now, I'm specifically talking about here in the UK because that's where I've checked out the sort of figures for. But I would suspect that this is happening across the world in some way, shape or form. The one thing that I do know is here in the UK that our waiting lists for mental health support are at an all-time high. And one of the reasons why people contact alternative and complementary therapists is because they've been told by the GP or whoever it is that's referred them on to mental health services that the list has gotten longer, or basically there's no real support available now. There's very few people that can go to their healthcare provider and say, I need immediate mental health support of some description, and just get it there and then. There aren't enough practitioners in the NHS. There aren't enough people to make this system work. And on top of that, work days lost due to depression, anxiety and stress symptoms are also at an all-time high. And it's still a case that mental health and well-being is massively misunderstood. And although there's more conversations about it than there's ever been, it's still heavily stigmatized in a lot of places. And so people are still afraid to say, I need support, I need help. People are afraid to reach out. People are afraid to admit that they can't just do it all on their own. And when you look at the world that we're living and what so many people have sort of had to go through, it's no wonder that people need that additional support. But where do they go for it? How do they get it? So the answer to that question in my mind is they go to the people that actually show that A, it's okay to get help, B, that can help, and C, will not make them feel like they're weak or stupid or bad or any other negative shame-based thing for reaching out for that help. So this is my mission, this is my passion. My passion is supporting the mental health of the nation, first of all, right here in Britain, right here in the UK. I do work with international clients as well, but my focus is helping people here at home first. And I've realised, of course, that I can't just do that all by myself. So I've been working as a hypnotherapist for years now, and I love what I do, and I love helping people, but I can only reach a few hundred people in any given year. And so the real mission now is find like-minded people that want to help others, that want to give mental and emotional support to other people, that want to help other people get free of past pain, get free of past trauma, to stop living in the now in a triggered state. So if you've got a passion for helping people, and like, it could be you've never thought about this, it could just be you're that person that people come to when they need a sympathetic ear to listen or when they need advice. But the fact is, there's so many people right now in this world that would make fantastic therapists that I've never even considered it. Good morning, Teresa. Thank you very much for joining me. So I thought I'd share a little bit of my story actually into how I became a hypnotherapist, because it's a story that spans over like 20 years before I actually realised that I could do this. So if you go all the way back to when I was first in university, there was a point where I actually considered saying, do you know what, I'm going to drop my applied computing course and I'm going to go and study psychology and learn to support the mental health of people. And I thought, no, it's too late. I've already chosen a path, it's too late to change. I was like 19 years old and I'm thinking it's too late to change. Later on, I finally decided that the world of IT is not the path for me, and I ended up joining the prison service. Along the way, I think I'd love to become a therapist of some kind. I think, no, it's way too late to retrain as a therapist. I'd have to go back to university, study for God knows how many years, etc., etc. And so I'm like 26 years old and I'm like, it's too late, I can't do this. And then eventually, I actually retrained as a hypnotherapist. How old was I now? I think I started at 38 years old. So at 19 it was too late, at 26 it was too late. Yeah, I actually did it at 38. And what was so cool about doing it at that age, oh, hi Mary, thank you very much, I'm feeling loads better now. Loads better. The migraine has long since passed and I'm actually having a great weekend. So anyway, what I actually had at the age of 38 was I got some brilliant training in hypnotherapy, which didn't just teach me hypnosis, taught me how to be a therapist. And that for me was the really important part, was to learn how to work with human beings, learn how to work, learn how to ask the appropriate questions, not just to talk and do some pizzazzy woo, you can't feel your arms now, but actually help people for real. Now, what I also had was years of experience through the prison service of working with people who were suicidal. One of my jobs was called an enhanced case manager. And what I actually did as an enhanced case manager was I case managed people who were suicidal. And it was my job to help them to get to the point where they didn't need that sort of constant observation, where they could actually be on their own and not do anything to themselves, and not harm themselves, basically. Now, this involved a lot of multidisciplinary meetings involving psychiatrists, CPNs, psychologists, other mental health professionals. And I gained so much experience through that and learned so much about supporting people in really dark places. And there was also some amazing training that went with that too. So I was very fortunate. And so when I came out as a hypnotherapist, I realized that I was happy to work with people kind of across the board of wherever they were at. So one thing I learned to do was build good support systems for both myself and for referring clients onto if I was unable to fully support them. And I was also able to allow myself to support people that a lot of other therapists, not just hypnotherapists, therapists of all kinds, were a little worried about supporting. But because I put my support systems in place, because I understood all of this from my previous experience, I felt comfortable and confident to do so, knowing when I should refer on and when I should raise something as an emergency. And so what it allowed me to do was it's allowed me to work with people who were suicidal, people who were in really dark places, people who felt like there was absolutely no hope, and actually help them to raise themselves out of those places. And I've had many messages, text messages, emails, other types of messages from people saying, I'm no longer suicidal thanks to the work that we've done together. And a lot of the time, actually, the people that sent me those messages were not those that had told me they felt suicidal in the first place. And so it's been the most, just the most rewarding journey and the most rewarding experience. And I've realized that all of that experience, I want to encapsulate that and help others to do the same. And so I've been training hypnotherapists for a few years as well now. And what I realized is these skills that I've learned along the way are absolutely transferable, and other people can learn from my experiences. And what's also happened along the way is I've picked up an amazing partner to work with in my business partner, Ros Knox, who also has a great deal of experience in specifically supporting clients with anxiety. And again, clients in quite deep places with that anxiety. And so between us, we have developed just what I think is an amazing syllabus to train therapists. Hypnosis, hypnotherapy is the vehicle. But we don't just train people as hypnotists, we train therapists. We train people to work with people, to help people, to transform the quality of their lives, to pull them out of dark places. We help with everything that hypnotherapy helps with. So we teach you how to deal with phobias, stop smoking, addictions, lifestyle change, coaching, support, helping people achieve things. But we also help with things like deep anxiety, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, and we help people to really help people. Also teaching people again where to seek support and refer on along the way. And so the mission now is simple. Teach as many people as possible these skills, so there are really good quality, well-trained therapists out there that are out there working with people, charging a reasonable rate and helping as many people as possible, so people that are stuck on these waiting lists have an alternative option. And so the mission is to teach thousands over the next few years. And so those thousands can reach hopefully hundreds of thousands, maybe even into the millions, because that's what's actually needed right now. And so if this message speaks to you in any way, if you think, you know what, I'm on board with this mission, reach out, let's talk, because we've got some wonderful options for learning hypnotherapy. We've got an incredibly affordable self-paced option for learning hypnotherapy, whereby you get all of our videos of our teaching, but as well as that, so you work through those in your own time, at your own pace, but you have access every single week to 2 Zoom practice sessions with us as the tutors, with your fellow students, so you've got the chance to put it into practice with people there that can make sure that it's correct, make sure that it's safe. So you've got all of the freedom of self-paced training with all of the support of classroom-based training, all from the comfort of your own home. So to me, it's the perfect blend, and it's incredibly affordable. And so this is probably one of the most affordable career changes you can make, because once you paid for your training, launching a career as a hypnotherapist, which is also something that we can teach you, is very, very low cost when done right. And so we've also got additional training in launching and running a successful hypnotherapy business. Now, you could buy that as a single package along with the hypnotherapy training. You could do them one after the other. And again, we've got affordable pricing on all of those things. We've also got what's called cohort-based training, which we run a few times per year, which is you, rather than do self-paced, you turn up every week for a Zoom-based classroom training. That one, it's not as low cost as the self-paced, but it's still incredibly affordable. And again, we've always got the additional bolt-ons of the business training to go with that, so that you can not just learn how to do hypnotherapy, but you can learn how to be a hypnotherapist and run a hypnotherapy business very successfully. Because very, very realistically, hypnotherapists can earn over £100,000 a year without absolutely killing themselves in terms of hours worked, if you work smart, if you know how to do it. And that's exactly what we will teach. So the basic gist is, reach out, let's have a chat, let's see which option's right for you for learning, and let's get you on board with this mission, because the mission is so important. Another part of this too, actually a really important part of this, people think that they have to be perfect themselves before they help others, and that's nonsense. Almost every good therapist that I know receives some sort of therapy themselves. So no, you don't have to be free of anxiety or depression or anything else in order to be able to help other people. You don't need to have conquered or broken all your phobias. You don't need to be a non-smoker to be a hypnotherapist. In fact, coming along and doing the training, you might just achieve those things along the way. Best thing about training as a hypnotherapist, all the free therapy that you get. So come and please join us on this mission. Let's do it together. Let's reach as many people as possible. And so Teresa says, would love to do this. Thank you for inspiring me. Well, thank you for being here, Teresa. And thank you for being a part of this mission. Because you will do this. You will achieve this. And to everybody else, come and join the mission. It's low cost. It will help you have a fantastic career. and most importantly, it will help you to help thousands of people over the years. Come and join us.